Okay, so here is a blanket I have been working on. It's for a queen size to a large blanket for a comfy one-feet blanket for a full size. And I could either start there and have it as a kid's blanket as well, which is actually pretty cute for someone looking for maybe to do a little boy's room or, you know, a study or something with some brightened up colors. Kind of a gray. I have a charcoal by Super Saver. This is all Super Saver. And the yellow, I'm not sure because I can't find my sticker. Now, this is about 2 years old, so I finally just dug things out and kind of show you guys how this is kind of put together here. So what I just use bobby pins, stitch marker or whatever. It works just fine. So you pretty much have your little piece right here. And you just pin your corners really together. But you want to make sure you're counting your stitch and always getting into that last proper stitch there. And I'm thinking about doing a tutorial on seams. And so we can take a look at some of the seams here. Let me get up high so you guys can see a little better. And this is, you don't have to be perfect because this is a nice, a bit of a knitter style. And this is a pretty good seam job. But see, like right here, there's a little bit of a, see, there's a missed stitch right there. But you can always just take a little bit of the yarn, take a, this is a missed stitch. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. See how it's got these perfect little diamonds here? And this right here, I grabbed too much here and pulled too much. I wasn't paying attention for whatever reason. So that little guy. But a little easy fix. These fine little things like this. Take your quilting needle, same color thread, and then just give it a quick little mend job. Nobody will notice. And so this is not even really finished. So most of these are just kind of held together with some initials. Some of these are really done. Some at the top here are really done. And I haven't decided if I'm going to even possibly do even a binding strip on the sides and make it a real cute popper blanket. But I don't know. So that's one project that I'll be working on. And I'll just show you some of the little individual pieces here. So these are just really just big old granny squares. That's really what they are. And there's a little pattern. You can just really find this anywhere, but I'll see if I can't link some patterns. Just some simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy stuff. And see, you got a nice little motif across here, which really shows it nice in the blanket. And these are all stitched in together. These two. And then there should be a bobby pin somewhere. But I'm holding off on color because I ran out of these two. And I actually need all these colors, but if you look here, I always like to take a little picture. And I'll show you also, even before you start doing something like this, you want to draw out your pattern on a piece of paper. Little, scratch piece of paper, get your ideas on paper, get your finalized, look through your yarn, do your cost, all that good stuff if that's a concern. But definitely make a plan. Because before you know it, you think you counted enough and this, that, and the third, and then you run out. So I wasn't paying attention. I think, and I'll show you why I kind of ran out of some gray. And the blue is called a Royal. That's also Super Saver. And the gray is a charcoal, all Super Saver. Now the yellow, I have a feeling I know it's pretty bright. It's brighter than like a golden yellow. So I'm hoping this camera picks up. But yeah, if I can compare a golden yellow compared to this, but this is pretty bright yellow. It's like a, matter of fact, it might be called bright yellow off the top of my head. Okay. Now, here are some of the dolls that I dug out that I need to finish. And I was kind of naughty. And these are just kind of concept ideas. I love the way that the little afro gets put in. I kind of just put these away. These have been about 2 years almost now. I've kind of just sitting around in a bag, unfortunately. I thought I was going to get back to them, and I just never did. So what happens is they settle. So it starts to stretch a little bit, but this is an easy fix. It's just time consuming. So what I'll do is I'll take my smallest crochet hook, and I'll just gently work all the way around all the weak spots. But you want a little give and a wiggle, and we'll do a little doll tutorial too here. This is a little too wiggly and too gibby. But, it also depends. And I might even just not even fudge with that and just make some clothes that don't come off. We'll see. So, and this was kind of a concept doll too. And I was doing a little testing because I kind of like turn it to the side a bit here. There's a bit of a nose starting. So I'm working out, trying to get a pudgier nose going. So I think we'll do a little on faces too. So, and got my ears set. And I just put earrings in, just kind of give me a kind of a facial feature. So this is where the string is that comes out the back. We'll go through all that. And then this color here is just all one color yarn. I believe this is a Super Saver brand as well. Depending on what you're doing it for, you don't want to spend too much. These are just kind of just fun toys to give away and whatnot. But most of these are, I won't give anything away that I'm not happy with. And see the same issue here, see the foam sticking through, and you can just use, just wash old pillow foaming. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Give it a good wash in the washer. And, you can use a brand new like kitty brush or something like that. Or if you want, just take your hands and pull it apart, depending on how much firmness you want. But if you want super soft stuff, take that little kitty brush to it. And I always just keep a little spare bag of that kind of stuff. And so, working on these concept eyes. So she has a little nose and a cute little flower with a button. And this is her little hair poking through. And I just love the design of this afro. Little curly Q. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a little test here. And this is, matter of fact, this and this, let me just grab this so you guys can compare. This is more of a gold. And here's the yellow. So you can see the difference is major. So yeah, this is like a proper bright, like sunshine, bright yellow. And then this is definitely a gold. And this is, I believe, Super Saver as well. Now the black hair, this is not Super Saver. This is what is it? Carrion? Oh gosh, I guess I'll be doing some editing, but I believe it's the Carrion Noir Black. It's super soft. I love it, love it, love it. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's good for doing like hair and stuff like that. Now these eyebrows, I don't know if these are going to be eyelashes, eyebrows. What I might do is take some shears and pluck them a few, or I might just try to see if I can't separate them out a little bit, like take off some here and there and then throw an eyeball right in the middle. We'll see. And then so here's a lot of where my gray and some of the blue went. Now this crazy girl, see, her eyes aren't that bad, so we're doing a little concept. And she still has a nose that needs to be finished, and she needs lips. And there's no ears on this girl. And I didn't put any ears on this, but that's an easy fix, because those are a separate piece that you can just make by yourself. And so it's kind of like a little Cookie Monster. I was really going for like a kind of a wild look, so I haven't decided if I'm going to keep these as eyelashes and trim these up and, make them presentable. And throw some cute eyes in here. And she still doesn't have a face whatsoever. So this is kind of where I stopped, and here's some of the foam showing through, which is a no. Not too much. You want something kind of seamless. See how that looks nice and neat right in there. Looks a lot better and nice and clean. And then you start getting the stretching. And that's just good old-fashioned gravity. Just not being stored away properly, kind of stuff laying on top of it. Like, now here's some of my hats that I've done, some berets, and great for braids and big dreadlocks. I don't know if anybody's head's this big, but if you need one and you want a little more comfortable fit, and these are super, super easy to do. These would be, I would say, like a beginning. Once you get your chain work down, and we'll do some beginning work stuff on that. Let me set that down here. There we go. And this kind of goes with everything. I used to wear this hat all the time. It's a great winter hat. And, you know, like a cool day, you need something. And this is a cute, another little winter beret. Yeah, they're really a beret style. And these guys are really by the stitch count. So if, you know, you have your baseline stitch count. And this is our football team, the Seahawks, up here. So, and I made this for the lady, like myself, when I go support the team. We've got our little bit of blue, so I kind of ran out a little, but we used to have these light colors too, so I just kind of cheated. But I've got some other Seahawks stuff that I did really well. And these aren't my favorite yarns to use. Some of the Super Saver colors are softer than others, I think. Personally, I like to feel my yarn, you know, to kind of see who's doing what. And when we'll go through needle sizes and hooks and all that fun jazz. And for the dolls, depending on what colors you want, you might even have to jump outside the box a little bit, depending on what you're doing. But if you start getting, you know, this is good yarn for beginner. And this is a, we'll go through sizes and all that stuff too. And then now, here are some of my little doll faces. And a blanket that I have been working on here, which is going to be a extra large king for my bedroom. And these are kind of some of the motif colors because I have to share it with somebody else. Since I didn't want it, kind of wanted it kind of unisex where I could kind of fix it the way I want. So here are some of my masks. This is a little guy, work in progress. And it's just a hat sitting on top of there. But this is a little doll body started. And this is a little hat for a farmer. Now, this is my boyfriend. This is good old Pete. Anybody who knows him will say, yeah, that looks just like him. Get his ears out there. And his brown eyes. And this one, I believe I'm going to make a nice little lady or a handsome young gentleman maybe. And these, if you can't see up close, the light's kind of bright, but it's really kind of a really fleshy pinkish peach color. Really kind of nice for a Caucasian skin tone. And this little guy I found that is unfinished. And I've kind of been hanging on to kind of figure out what I was going to do with it. And I just met a wonderful friend that's been helping me with some of my photography questions and whatnot. So I'm going to make a little doll of him and keep it for a little surprise. I got to make sure I got his little body features and his little face right. And so, get that little guy back up there. See, these are all unfinished guys. And this was another little gift that I'm still going to send off. It's late. Of a wonderful YouTuber, fairly political show called A Blue Dot in Texas, Mr. John Bertavo. So I've got to give him his beard, and he's got a hat. So this is my experiment with the hat. It's a little bit too 10-gallon. But I don't throw anything away. We'll figure something out. We'll put him on a jack-o'-lantern or something for the fall or something, sit in the window. So anywho's, so these are my little guys. I'm really proud of them. Some other artwork I don't have here that's long gone and whatnot, and some other projects I'm working on. And then I'll do one of my sewing stuff once I get my room together. So thanks for enjoying my video, and hit that like and subscribe. Once again, this is Latanya Bailey coming at you. Have a great day.